All right. So far we have successfully made our navigation bar, and as you can see by the time in your terminal, just open this particular terminal, and in the problems section you'll find that there are a lot of TypeScript errors which we are facing because we have not identified the type for this particular stuff. So what we have to do right now is we have to define types. Okay, so to do that, so how exactly can we do this? This is achievable. Yeah, this is achievable. So we can do something like, let's create a type file. For example, nav.type.ts. okay, let's create an interface, nav data, and if we look closely, this is an array. Okay, this is an array containing all our items. So let us focus on individual item over here, a single item which is present. So each group has items. This is what we have been following. Okay, and inside items we have a item type which is ID, type, and content. Okay, this is what we have been following. So first of all, let's create interface of nav group. Let's keep it as N capital, nav group. A nav group has a ID, which is a number. It has items, which is like array of nav items. So let's create this as nav items, and I'll say this items would be array of nav items, and a nav item would be something like ID, type, and content. So it would be ID of number, then a type of a string, which eventually would become enum. I'll show you how. And then we have a content, which is again a string. Okay, this is what we have defined. So each nav group, each nav item, and then what else we have? And our nav data is essentially array of nav groups. Okay, this is what exactly we have. Let's create one type. Nav data is essentially array of nav groups. Okay, this is what I can see from this perspective, and we can export these types. Export. Okay, so we have nav group, nav items. I really hope that it doesn't coincides with the names which we have created. So this is nav item over here, and again this is nav this should be nav item interface, maybe, because we have a similar component name over here. Okay, this might coincide, so let's keep it like this. And do we have something called as nav group as well? So let's change it to nav group interface like this, and nav data type. This looks much better. So we have created the types, and over here, once we fetch the data, okay, data.nav data, so I can do something like const nav data equals to, let me grab this nav data over here, and I'll type something like nav data as, now this is nav data. Okay, this is nav data, and what exactly are we getting in the nav data? I forgot. So let's just quickly hit the terminal, yarn dev. Now we have okay, so what we'll do is I'll just quickly add a console log over here. We extract the nav data, and I'm setting the nav data. Now if we just refresh, you can see that we are getting nav data as an array of items. Okay, so I can say it as data.nav data as nav data type. Okay, and it is now complaining that argument of nav type is not assignable to something something of never. Okay, and this is perfectly fine, and I could do something like this. Okay, now once I have said that this navbar data would be of type nav data type, initially an empty array, understood. Once I have set the type like this over here, now you can see that most of the type errors are gone right now. Okay, most of the type errors are gone, but still we are getting type that no index signature was parameter of a string and something. So basically whatever is the type nav item type over here is not matching this particular map which we have. Okay, that is essentially what it means. So how exactly can we fix this? So first of all, let's try to create a enum. Enum are like constants, so I'll say something like enum nav types. Okay, and I think there isn't a equal to. Yep, and over here we have various types like logo. So I'll first of all say logo would be string logo, and there is a equal to. Then we have item, so I'll call this as item. Then we have avatar and theme toggle. And theme toggle. Okay, and over here I just change it to nav types. Okay, now you can see that, let's save this, that error was also gone. Now what we are seeing is the only thing that is missing is it needs a key prop that we can definitely provide. So I'll say something like key equals to nav item dot id, and let's save this. Now you can see that in the problem sections all the errors are gone, and even the app is also working fine. And then we have encountered two children with same key 111 and something. This is because why is this happening? Yeah, so we have again 1 over here, so let's locally change it to 3. Okay, and since the error would still be here, why? Because the data is coming from our config. So I'll head over to my Vercel app, and let's go to Next.js Yatra clone, storage. We'll head over to our edge config, and let's fix this to 3. Okay, head down, hit save, and this should be done. Yes, the error is still here. Oh, okay, maybe the data is cached, so we can restart the server once. It is ready. Let's hit refresh, and finally we can see the error is gone. That's pretty nice, and we can get rid of the error, the logs which we have added. So where exactly I have added it, I guess in the use effect. Yep, over here. So this was the basic typing fix. Now let's close our servers and try to hit yarn build. Now let's wait if the application is successfully built or not. And boom, I can clearly see that the checks are passing and we are really good this side. So I'll just hit add over here. I'll create a new branch, and I'll call this as Navbar. Okay, then the commit would be add navbar, hit commit, let's push, and let's come back to GitHub and let's open this application, compare pull request, add navbar, create pull request, and let's just wait. Alright, so we are pretty much green to merge this PR and squash and merge. And we are done with the development of the navigation component, but we are still not done with the process. What's the process still left is that we have not created our storybook system. That is one thing pending. And another is that we have not written test cases. So we'll be covering these two parts in the next two videos. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next one.